Easy go.
Okay. Okay, chat, this is on. Oh, dude, that kickstart my heart. I love Dad Rock. This, just like everything in life, actually reminds me of Steve. Oh my gosh, this is so epic. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, he really just didn't do that. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh my god, chat, this is insane. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so epic. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is insane. Hey, what's going on, Looter Nation? It's me, the Looterpuss, coming at you with my new video talking all about my impressions on the new Battlefield game. Let's come right from the top about what we're thinking here. It's obvious now that with the release of Battlefield 5 that DICE has learned their lesson about putting women into video games. Just kidding! There are multiple female operators within this game, and as a gamer, this really upsets me. It's common knowledge women don't belong in a combat role because they are small, frail, and weak, and it ruins my immersion. But that's only one gripe I have with this game. Let's talk about games as a service. The worst thing to ever happen since the Holocaust is games as a service. There is truly nothing worse than getting drip-fed, terrible content that takes forever to come out and ultimately kills the game within 3 months than games as a service. The main retarded argument I hear being brought up to justify this terrible model of gameplay is, oh, it keeps the game community together. Oh wow, but here's the funny thing, it actually doesn't, because everybody just ends up leaving because there's nothing in the game. In fact, you're just giving EA, a great company by the way, an excuse to release a broken game and then slowly feed you funny looking pixels and other wacky things for money, by the way. So to satisfy your synaptic nervous system, and you pay for it. You will end up spending hundreds of dollars on this game on battle passes alone because you are stupid. Because you want funny looking fucking pixels. You don't get good maps, you get a map a fucking season, you get no fucking guns, all for a fucking battle pass so the community gets to stay together. Kill yourself. You still end up paying more money than you would with a normal DLC structure, and you don't get nearly the same reward, but you get cool in-game pixels. And for most people with the functioning frontal lobe, this does not seem appealing. I don't know what it seems, but it's not good. Games as a service, a true blight on humanity, and in fact it was made even worse by the Chinese-owned Epic Games, who created something so vile, the Battle Pass, which is now in every single game. I would not be surprised if it appeared in Minecraft at some point. It's just that prevalent, much like a tumor, or the coronavirus, aka the Holocaust. And what makes this Battle Pass stand out from other more successful ones is the narrative of the game is now intertwined within the actual Battle Pass. Gone are the days where people would take the time to craft a story, a one-and-done story, and then have the multiplayer be a separate thing where more of a sandbox, really. Now we're going to do this thing where we write a narrative nobody gives a fuck about and stick it onto the game that dies within 3 months so nobody cares. And this ties in even more so into my next point about my favorite thing in all of first-person shooters. This is, of course, operators. Nothing really nothing really cranks my hog quite like operators. In Rainbow Six Siege, it in fact encouraged fun and interesting gameplay. It's so much fun when the developers decide they want to artificially control how the game is played. For example, within the aforementioned Rainbow Six Siege, we'll just introduce a bunch of trap operators to artificially slow the game down. What's also funny about these awesome and wacky operators, they all come with preset lore. And it's not like you're playing something like League of Legends where it's been like that. Battlefield has prided itself on being somewhat of a sandbox, allowing you to kind of do your own thing within this context. If you wanted true freedom, you just let the player have a rocket launcher and an assault rifle at the same time, kind of like Call of Duty where you're just allowed to do whatever you please. But gone are these days. To continue to supplement the battle pass, we need to introduce operators in order to continue to funnel money into this Ponzi scheme. And it's not like these operators are even conceptually good. They're poorly written characters with very shallow backstory, and half of them are women, which I just refuse to play as a gamer once again. Every game has to be like Rainbow, like other games that are more successful. Apex Legends, we've gotten rid of the knife animation for some reason. You know, that classic staple of Battlefield, you know, like the thing where you knife a guy and you take his fucking dog tags? Yeah, that's no longer in the game. Now we do third-person takedowns, which are super badass and cool. And really, DICE has really used to push the envelope in terms of game development. They're at the head of a lot of ground combat, that whole armored warfare you could only really find in Battlefield, especially with the high player count servers, the destruction, and even in Battlefield 4, the Levolution. Now what do we have? 128 players. Oh wow, that's about a fraction of what you would normally see in a PlanetSide game, a game that came out a decade ago. Any new destruction? Graphical fidelity? Of course not. We're going to introduce a battle pass and operators. This is DICE. We're stealing from more successful developers. And this goes into another cancer created by the Battle Royale genre. Now the maps are fucking huge for absolutely no reason. And what makes this even better, there are only 128 players. I mean, it's really fantastic that the maps are now 128 players on the maps the size of a PUBG map. Not only that, some of the maps look conceptually cool, but every single one is also going to be shitty because they were not designed properly. The genius of PUBG is that you don't have fun. That you run around the whole time, see one person who shoots you from 500 meters away on a hill. And now they've made that even easier. Not only can you call in vehicles on the go with a vehicle tablet, so the faggot camping the hill, once he gets noticed, can just run away immediately and go somewhere else and do the same thing. Now you can change your weapon settings on the fly. So say he's getting harassed on top of that hill like the homo he is. All he has to do is take the ACOG off, put a red dot sight on, and just camp on the hill until you and your friends come up there to find him. He'll be sitting there maybe 10-15 minutes waiting for you to make your way across this cavernous map because there's nobody else in the way, and he'll shoot you and your friends, and then you'll have to run the whole way again. Oh wow, that's so much fun. And getting back to vehicles, we're back to the retarded fucking system from Battlefield 5, which emphasizes team play. Now, if you've ever played a Battlefield game, you know that this doesn't happen. Ever. So now that we're requiring more than one play, we're going to de-emphasize team play again. There's no point to play around, friends. You just play wherever the hell because the whole map is a giant fucking wasteland with nobody on it. A game like Hell Let Loose that encourages tight-knit fighting, you can only move up about one thing at a time to really encourage the players to cluster up and fight. No, we're not going to do that. What's really cool about these new huge maps is that we've broken up the capture points into multiple capture points. And sure, this would be fine if the player count was at 256 players, kind of like a PlanetSide type deal, which has been around since 2013, actually earlier than that. Now we're going to do this really cool thing where you're not going to see anybody, and if you do, you get killed and have to run. So this is going to turn into Running Simulator. So you know that really cool part of Battlefield where people don't capture the A and F points on any given map because it's fucking retarded, and they all fight around the more of the congested maps near the center? Point in case would be Caspian Border, where everybody just fights along sea and none of the homos go fight around the gas station or anything else. And if they do, you just get murdered by tanks. Well, that's pretty much just the whole game now. The lore is also incredibly cringe too. I must say, for world building, I don't find it very cool that you call your soldiers no-pats. I mean, you're going to keep forcing this down my throat. No-pats. No-pats, no-pats. That's really cool. Governments just randomly disappear. Oh, but they're still here actually. Oh, this is super cool. We're gonna rip off Black Ops 4 now. This game is going to rule. Let's talk about some of the game modes now. Now you have retarded knockoff battle royale modes like Hazard Zone, which is just a battle royale they've reskinned and claimed is not. They're still riding this trend. It's fucking retarded, but that's okay. And really, this game, other than Hazard Zone's only coming out with Conquest. And they have one other mode that I bet's going to be really exciting when it comes out, because it's going to be so exciting and it's going to be so good. It's going to re-energize everything in this game. Well, I guess those are my impressions on this game. In conclusion, it's going to be a huge fucking piece of shit, and I hope that nobody fucking buys it, but I'll probably end up buying it myself. Alright, peace out, Looter Nation.